Roddy Ricch is one of the hottest new artists to come out in recent times, and even if you don't listen to hip-hop, you already know that he put out a new whip out a lot. He just hit a lick with the box, but you might not know that the police tried to put him in the box, but he ended up on top of the rap game, that is. Everybody knows about the box. The song took Roddy from a rap star to a rap superstar, and his album, Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial, debuting at #1 on the Billboard charts, and it became the longest running #1 debut rap album since 50 Cent's classic Get Rich or Die Trying. So how did Roddy Ricch go from the streets to the top of the music industry in just 3 years? Well, in this video we're gonna discuss the rise to fame of none other than Roddy Ricch. Roderick Wayne Jr., better known as Roddy Ricch, was born in Compton, California on October 22nd of 1998. He grew up in a Christian household with his mother and grandmother going to church every Sunday. So naturally, when he told them that he wanted to rap, they weren't very stoked about the idea, with Roddy's mom even trying to get him to do Christian rap in the beginning. Can you imagine Roddy Ricch as a Christian rapper? I just put a donation in the box, I found me a scripture on the rocks. But anyway, he started rapping and singing as early as 8 years old, and at 16 he was already making his own beats. Coming from a place like Compton, which is the birthplace of NWA, Kendrick Lamar, The Game, YG, Coolio, and countless others, Roddy already had examples from his own city that he could follow. Fun fact, Roddy actually met Kendrick Lamar when he was 12, and he spit a freestyle for him. But other than hip-hop, Los Angeles is also the birthplace of two of the most notorious gangs in the world, the Bloods and Crips. Growing up in a Crip neighborhood, Roddy recalls a lot of his family and friends being associated, so naturally he joined the gang as well. He was a grade A student until the 7th grade, when he became more invested in the streets, and his mother kicked him out of the house at 15 or 16, as he recalls in a Say Cheese interview. Being so young and being out on the street, Roddy saw the streets as the only way to get money and to feed himself. He started selling drugs, doing home invasions, robberies, and really anything that would get him the bag. And crime was paying for Roddy Ricch, because he was 17 in Atlanta with 150,000 on him, as he recalls in an interview. He also recognizes Atlanta as a big influence on him, because that's the first place where he saw a lot of rich, black, successful people everywhere, unlike LA. But the fast life caught up to Roddy, because when he was 18 he crashed his car and faced a gun charge that put him in county jail for a week awaiting trial. While a week doesn't seem like a long time, it gave Roddy enough time to reflect on his life and to realize that the life he's living has only 2 exits. It's either dead or in jail for the rest of your life. That's when Roddy decided to take music serious and improve his situation. He spent the next year writing and recording for his debut mixtape, Feed the Streets, which came out in November of 2017. At that point, Roddy had already developed his own style, being influenced from his birthplace, as well as Louisiana where his grandmother lived and the time he spent in Atlanta. He mentions artists such as Young Thug, Future, Nipsey Hussle, Chief Keef, Rich Homie Quan, and others as his biggest influences. The mixtape was incredibly well received, getting him attention from big-time artists such as Nipsey Hussle, Meek Mill, DJ Mustard, and O3 Greedo. The most notable singles of that mixtape are Chase the Bag, Hood Rich, and Fuck It Up. Wasting no time, in March of 2018, Roddy released an EP called Before the Fame, consisting of 4 tracks. And in May of the same year, Nipsey Hussle brought out Roddy Ricch as a guest performer at Powerhouse in LA. And it was safe to say that Roddy Ricch was moving up, okay? And in October of that year, Meek Mill brought him out at Powerhouse in Philadelphia and gifted him a Dream Chasers chain. Roddy was also featured on Meek's album Championships with his biggest influences, Young Thug and Future, on the track Splash Warning. In July that same year, Roddy released his single Die Young, which was his first single in the Billboard Top 100 chart. The song was dedicated partly to his friend who had lost his life in a high-speed chase. The song was also written in the same night after XXXTentacion lost his life in a tragic shooting in Miami. The song was produced by London on the Track and later on was featured in the second installment of the Feed the Streets mixtape series, which peaked at number 67 in the Billboard charts. It also featured songs like Down For Real and Every Season, the latter of which also secured a spot on the Billboard charts. Following that release, Roddy Ricch was also featured on Nipsey Hussle's single Racks in the Middle, which released on February 15, 2019, which entered the top 40 chart on Billboard and received a Grammy Award for the Best Rap Performance in 2019 after Nipsey was tragically killed in LA. Rest in peace, neighborhood Nip. In June 2019, Roddy collaborated with DJ Mustard on the track Ballin' off of Mustard's third studio album Perfect 10, which became Mustard's highest charting song on the Hot 100 as the lead artist, peaking at number 12. The song also received a Grammy nomination for Best Rap Song Performance. In December of that year, Roddy Ricch released his highly anticipated debut album, Please Excuse Me for Being Antisocial, which spent 4 non-consecutive weeks at number 1 of the Billboard Top 200, becoming the longest-running number 1 rap debut since 2003's Get Rich or Die Trying. The album featured the smash hit The Box, which was on top of the Hot 100 for 11 weeks or almost 4 months. The album cemented Roddy's position on top of the rap game and truly showed the world that he has true superstar potential. The album got him countless performances and opportunities and made him famous worldwide. In early 2020, he was featured on projects by artists such as Meek Mill, Nipsey Hussle, Gunna, and Lil Choppa, and in April of that year, he featured on the Baby's album Blame It on Baby on the song Rockstar. The song topped the charts all over the world and received a platinum certification in just 2 months of its release and made Roddy the first artist to have 2 number 1 songs in the same year since Ed Sheeran did it in 2017. Roddy proceeded to win Album of the Year at the 2020 BET Awards. At the time of making this video, Roddy has spent 17 weeks on top of the Hot 100 so far, which is more than any artist in 2020. In July, Roddy Ricch was also featured on Pop Smoke's posthumous album Shoot for the Stars, Aim for the Moon on the song The Woo with 50 Cent. The track reached number 11 in the Hot 100 and number 9 in the UK charts. In 3 years, Roddy Ricch has managed to transform his life and become a superstar like we have not seen in a while. Going from robbing and selling drugs to becoming a platinum Grammy-winning rapper collaborating with the biggest names in hip-hop is nothing short of an insane ride. He brings a breath of fresh air into the game, discussing the struggles of the street life in a very melodic, captivating way, and that has definitely skyrocketed to the top. What will we see from Roddy Ricch in the future? More smash hits, maybe even movies? Only time will tell, but one thing is certain, he's definitely an artist you should keep an eye out for because he's here to stay. Thank you for watching this video on the rise to fame of Roddy Ricch. If you liked the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and let me know in the comments who should I do next. Thank you for watching. Until next week, this was the War Report, and I'm out.